Is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Cars Plus, kick off our holidays by supporting the Make-A-Wish Jingle Rock Virtual Run. Visit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Guam and CNMI Facebook page for details. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Starting right now on Prime Time, today was day one of vaccinations for some of our island's beloved Manamku. Plus, the president has signed the COVID relief bill, and family honors a late COVID victim with a project to make communicating with patients easier.
Hafa day and good evening, I'm Adriana Cotero. After spending 9 months safe inside their home, Guam's Manamku made their way to Ukadu High School's campus grounds to receive the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine. Today, Department of Public Health resumed vaccinations for Phase 1B. Is this your first time really coming out in quite a while?
Yeah, pretty much. We pretty much stay put, just making sure we keep safe.
Nicolas Cabral is staying safe by receiving the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine.
I didn't even feel it at all.
And what brought you out here to get the vaccine today?
Well, I think we really need it to protect ourselves. Kind of scary.
Fearful of contracting the deadly virus, Cabral, like many of our island's Manamco, have been following public health guidelines religiously, staying home, social distancing, wearing a mask, and washing their hands.
We listen to the news quite a bit, make sure we follow the guidelines. I think if people will just listen and pay attention and follow the guidelines, I think we'll be okay.
By following the guidelines, she registered with her village mayor to be placed on the COVID-19 vaccine list. Pre-registration is required and ongoing through village mayors for individuals 75 years or older. To pre-register, contact your village mayor's office and provide your full name, date of birth, and contact number. The vaccine clinic is open from Monday, December 28th through Wednesday, December 30th between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. According to DPHSS Public Information Officer Janela Carrera, roughly 400 have registered and are first to receive the limited supply.
I just want to urge the Manamkus of 75 years and older to please register with their respective village mayors. We do see people coming in who are not registered, but we want to make sure that we do give a fair distribution of the vaccines.
As Carrera explains, Manamco are only part of Phase 1B.
Right now, we're having the Phase 1B for the 75-year-old and older population. But Phase 1B also covers the frontline critical, infrastructure workers.
The Vaccine and Antiviral Prioritization Policy Committee, or VAPPC, is meeting late this afternoon to further discuss prioritization of the Phase 1B distributions. According to Carrera, there are over 5,000 people within the government of Guam that fall under the Phase 1B category, and providing assistance across the board. DPHSS lead nurse manning testing sites and the vaccine clinic. Margarita Bautista Gay tells KUAM that every day is different.
The other week we had the healthcare workers. They were in and out. They were easy to assess. And then now we have the elderly, and they're anxious and they have a lot of questions. This is their first time to really be out, and they're anxious that they also bring their spouse or caregiver with them.
Only one escort is allowed per individual. DPHSS staff is on site to help Manamco with special accommodations to enter the vaccine clinic, including wheelchair assistance and doctors on hand. A government-issued ID is required, and bring a list of any current doctor-prescribed medications. And while the nerves were settling in for our island Manamco this morning, they were hopeful for an end to the pandemic.
Let's just hope and pray that everything will turn out fine.
President Trump has signed a $900 billion COVID relief bill, days after saying he was not happy with how much it was offering most Americans in one-time stimulus checks. The move comes after 2 pandemic unemployment programs that give financial help to some 14 million Americans expired at midnight Saturday. CBS News correspondent Nancy Chen reports from New York.
Late Sunday, President Trump signed the bipartisan COVID relief bill that Congress passed a week ago. In a statement, he said, "As President of the United States, it is my responsibility to protect the people of our country from the economic devastation and hardship that was caused by the China virus." On Tuesday, he threw the bill's future into uncertainty when he released a video criticizing plans for $600 stimulus checks to most Americans as inadequate. Instead, he demanded $2,000 payouts.
Many millions of people are losing their extended unemployment benefits. They're going to be evicted from their apartments because the eviction moratorium is ending.
Democrats on Capitol Hill backed the idea but were blocked by Republicans.
Why would we be sending $2,000 to people with a six-figure income who've had no suspension, no reduction of their income at all? It should be targeted to people who've actually lost their job. Small businesses that are actually in danger of going under.
Over the weekend, the legislation's outlook seemed murky. In a tweet Saturday, the president called the $600 payout in the current bill measly. After golfing with President Trump on Friday, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham tweeted that the president is more determined than ever to increase those payments. Nancy Chen, CBS News.
And just to clarify, it is a $900 million COVID relief bill. And with President Trump signing the massive new COVID relief bill today, the new law also approves an extension of the federal pandemic unemployment assistance program, which expired over the weekend. Nestor Lecanto has more.
The Guam Labor Department stopped accepting applications for the PUA program as of Sunday, but the new stimulus package will now extend the program through April of next year. Still, Labor Director David De La Sola says there might be a slight delay.
There's going to be a stoppage of several weeks to a month because anytime, as soon as this thing is signed, USDOL has to take the bill and put together an implementation, policies, procedures, written in ooples, and then we have a guide or guidances of how to move forward.
But once that's done, though, De La Sola expects a smooth transition.
From what we were able to look at and read, Flex is going to be as seamless as we could ask for. It looks like our existing PUA and FPUC accounts will be able to roll over. And all we need to do is reprogram the system.
Under the current PUA program, Guam was approved for some $900 million, but did not have enough qualified applicants to exhaust all the money. For those that do qualify, De La Sola says they continue to get the money out as fast as they can.
We've been cranking it out, and we've given over $58 million just in the month of December. And we batched 5 batches for this month. So to get everybody as much money for the holidays. And we'll continue to do that.
In fact, he says Tuesday they plan to batch another round of PUA with the $300 weekly lost wage assistance payments. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
It looks like the skilled nursing facility in Barrigada Heights, which is currently serving as the COVID isolation facility, will be receiving more than just an HVAC upgrade. As hospital administrator Lillian Posada says, they've added a few more projects to their to-do list. Here's more.
With COVID hospitalizations maintaining below 20, the folks at the Guam Memorial Hospital have taken a moment to get some work done at the skilled nursing facility in Barrigada Heights. And according to hospital administrator Lillian Posadas, they're tackling more than just one project.
We're working with the vendor on the design, and it's not just now the HVAC, but we're looking at making sure that, excuse me, each of those 3 units, there's wings A, B, and C, have its own little pod of nurses station, isolation room, nurse call system. And that's what we put in the plan, in the alternate care facility plan that we submitted to FEMA. Was just a small section of having a laboratory, point of care testing is what we call it, point of care testing for like immediate TBC analysis.
Posada says the goal is to be able to treat both COVID and non-COVID patients and ensure the facility is capable of providing an ICU level of care should a patient need it.
So that way, if we do have COVID patients in one wing, we can have non-COVID patients in another wing, to keep them really separated. So that's the design that we're working with the contractor. We're looking at it to be more of a subacute, not so much acute, but subacute facility that we can then try and manage those patients who have COVID and their conditions are starting to deteriorate. We can manage them there, hopefully prevent them from going into a really high acute level such as ICU. And if they do, we'll try and manage it there. And so those are the plans of what we're looking.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.
The most heartbreaking experience of losing a loved one to COVID-19 is not being able to physically be there for them when they need you the most. In this next story, Joan Ugan-Charfra shares how one family has launched a project in honor of the late Roy Anthony Munoz.
To many, he was known as the island's 82nd COVID-related fatality, but to those who knew him, Roy Anthony Munoz was a devoted and loving husband, father, grandfather, son, brother, and friend. He was a family man who was known for checking in on everybody to make sure they were okay.
He was very involved in my sister and I's life, and he couldn't get enough of spending time with his three grandchildren, my 2 daughters and my sister Tiara's daughters. He was known in the homeless community as someone that really helps. He would go to them, just talk to them, make it an effort to try and get them to get housing by taking them personally to help them sign up for it, helping them with their kids, even taking this blind homeless man to his doctor's appointments. He didn't believe in getting recognition for these things, but he is the type of person that, he was.
His daughter, Savi Diaz, said it was on October 19th, her birthday, when her dad started to feel some shortness of breath. The following day, he was admitted after testing positive for COVID. She said it crept up really fast.
He's very vigilant, in making sure that he doesn't go out that often and that he's very concerned about sanitation. So it was very shocking when he did get sick. He went in well aware of the situation and what was happening at the hospital, how the medical teams are overloaded, just the craziness of everything. And he went in positive, but it was quite a struggle for him.
Her dad would succumb to the virus on November 4th at the age of 55 after spending 15 days at the Guam Memorial Hospital. Soon after, the Roy Anthony Munoz Project was launched after realizing the difficulty of communicating with patients and her dad.
My family and I felt compelled that we have to do something just to make it better for everybody else going through it.
The ramp boards are two-sided. One side is a dry erase board and the other side has images the patient can point to or circle with commands, requests, or emotions. Diaz said they worked with GMH Administrator Lillian Posadas and the medical staff to make sure the board was accurate. On Christmas Eve, the family donated 30 ramp boards to the hospital.
My dad really tried, he loves to talk, and he would, if we meet up with him, he would talk our ears off. So for him to be on oxygen and, just trying to repeat himself to say something that's like a 3-letter word, trying to draw it out in the air for us to understand him because the oxygen machine was so loud is, really difficult. So, hopefully the boards were able to just help out in any small way.
If you would like to know more about the Roy Anthony Munoz Project and how you can assist, you can find their page on Facebook. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Joan Ugan-Charfra.
2 times in 1 week, a public park in Maritza was hit by vandals, first on Christmas Eve, then again on Christmas night. Tyler Metanani has more as the community hopes to put a stop to these criminals causing the holiday blues.
You saw these shocking images first on KUAM on Christmas Eve. The island's patron saint, Santa Maria in Camelin, tied with chains. Many speculated, asking what would convey someone to do such a thing. But on Christmas night, the Marito Park was hit again. Another iconic site, the heart of Malesu. Alasia Mancipit is part of the team that brought the love to this tip of the island.
It has already been taken care of with GPD. We've been working closely with them to make sure that this person does get the help that the individual needs.
Mansipit believes the possible suspect is the same one tied to the Santa Maria and Camelin incident. Recently installed security cameras show the culprit damaging the Christmas decor, though Mayor Ernest Chargaloff says the images are still too blurry to confirm who it is.
We're able to catch the individuals now looking down, but we didn't see the face. And so there's not a clear-cut evidence of the individual.
The Heart of Malessu was intended to be a temporary display in time for Valentine's Day, but became a favorite to locals and tourists alike. Cruz says they now plan to temporarily remove it and build a more suitable display suited for Guam's weather.
We figured that we'd make it something long-term, because it has been an icon really for Mauricio and everyone else around us. So we will go ahead and we're looking at restoring the wood that we used in the beginning to use something that's much more sustainable and something that can handle certain conditions, with the weather.
Despite what happened, Cruz says the intent isn't to drive a negative reaction, but rather to shed light on what has happened and to raise awareness that this type of act is not tolerated.
During this time, a lot of people are going through personal things in their lives. We don't want to point fingers at the person responsible. We really just want to move past this.
Anyone with information is asked to call the police. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Our service at Guam Behavioral and Wellness Center, which operates our Children's Division, also known as IFAMAGANTA, is absolutely critical at this time of the year. Social distancing is something that is different and it's new, and it's causing a lot of people to change the way they interact with each other. We should all be taking care of our mental health, and there's nothing wrong with reaching out for help.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years, with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Hila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
It takes all of us to protect Guam. Join the Guam Visitors Bureau in our social media campaign series aimed to protect our island and each other in this COVID-19 era. Participate in the Protect Guam movement by wearing your mask, showcasing Guam's heroes, staying active, and downloading the Guam COVID Alert app. Post and share your content with us. Use the hashtag ProtectGuam, and you could win $100. It's that simple. Check out visitguam.com for details. Let's reclaim our lives, our economy, and our tourism industry.
So long, nacho fries.
Whenever Taco Bell takes them off the menu, he can't escape the cravings. Nacho fries.
Escape your cravings with our nacho fries box. Run to Taco Bell.
KUAM News.
winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Facing murder as a first-degree felony and a cash bail set at $250,000, Ronat Chutaro has been found and is behind bars. 25-year-old Ronat Chutaro was wanted by police for the death of Arthur Wakuk. The incident occurred in the afternoon of December 8th in Tamuning near the Docomo headquarters. According to the magistrate's complaint, the victim was assaulted by at least one other male and was stabbed in the neck. Court documents state, quote, his injuries were so severe that he was transported to Guam Memorial Hospital and was placed on life support, unquote. Further in the complaint, surveillance video of the victim and his attackers was reviewed and showed two males, one identified as Chutaro and the second identified as Cassidy Nakamura. Documents state, Arthur's vehicle approached the two males and Chutaro kicked the front bumper of Arthur's car, leading to a fight. The fight ends when Chutaro allegedly striking Arthur in the neck and Arthur collapsing. During the fight, Nakamura unsuccessfully attempted to stop Chutaro. Both Chutaro and Nakamura fled the scene. Nakamura was located and interviewed. He told officers Chutaro had been heavily drunk that morning, was angry after getting into a fight with his girlfriend, and pulled out a knife and stabbed Arthur. Although GPD during a press conference said Arthur passed away on the 14th, the court documents state that it was on December 10th Arthur was pronounced dead by attending physicians. According to Tamuning Mayor Luis Rivera, Arthur was registered at the village office. He is a husband and father of three. After nearly 3 weeks in an extensive manhunt, GPD located Chutaro on December 25th in a home along Swamp Road, Dededo, with his girlfriend Mathina Ataput. Documents state Ataput and members of the community helped him evade detection. Police also arrested Ataput for hindering apprehension. According to the complaint, Chutaro told authorities he stabbed Arthur in self-defense, and Arthur was allegedly trying to hit him with the car. He admitted to hiding from police to avoid arrest. Chutaro's next court appearance is set for January 5th. Both parties are ready to proceed with former Zonia Mayor Jesse Bloss's federal sentencing hearing. Bloss faces a maximum imprisonment term of 20 years for allowing drug trafficking through village mailboxes. He was indicted in September of last year and has since pled guilty to 1 count of extortion. In Chief Judge Francis Tidinko Gatewood's courtroom, the government plans to call up 3 witnesses. This includes confidential informant Brenda Kinian, FBI case agent Rafael Fernandez, and HSI Special Agent Erwin Fajarin. Assistant U.S. Attorney Laura Samataro says Kinian's direct exam is expected to take roughly 4 hours via Zoom. Sentencing is scheduled to occur in person at 8:30 a.m. on January 7th and continue through Friday, January 8th. The Attorney General is gearing up for a January date before the U.S. Supreme Court. AG Levin Camacho will try and convince the justices to accept a lawsuit against the Defense Department for the cost of cleanup of the old Ordot dump. After the war and through the 50s and 60s, the Navy used the land to dispose equipment and materials. The dump was eventually turned over to GovGuam, but by the 1980s, toxic leachate began seeping out, and the U.S. EPA sued GovGuam and forced the closure of Ordot once and for all. Camacho says the Navy needs to pay its fair share.
Once we get to figuring out just how much they contaminated and how much is responsible, the government of Guam contributed to it, then we can figure out, okay, of this $160 million, how much did the Navy pay and how much did the government of Guam pay? At this point, the Navy hasn't paid a dime, and we've been solely responsible as the government of Guam for paying for the cleanup costs. So that's what this action is really meant to do. Just Navy, pay what your fair share is.
He says at least 4 justices must agree to accept the case, and only a small percentage of cases are accepted each year. The AG's office filed its petition in September. The Justice Department has also filed its opposition brief. On Sunday, in between responding to calls, the Estembo Fire Station's B Platoon treated over 300 children in their district to delicious ice cream. According to firefighter Joshua Perez, the crew of 6 brainstormed what they could do to service the community. All of them agreed that they definitely wanted to do something for the kids, especially with it being right after Christmas.
One of the firefighters, kind of had I'll call it a contact. I guess this lady kind of drove around with the ice cream truck, and he asked her. And from there, it just kind of, multiplied and developed on its own.
Operation Ice Cream Truck came to fruition with the help of Kat Garcia of Tropic Treats. Over the course of 4 hours, the crew made their way through the 5 areas of Estembo, announcing over the PA for the kids to come out and get some ice cream. Paris says the activity was a refreshing change of pace.
Trying to get away from I don't want to say the negativity, but again, when we get called, it's not usually for a good thing. Mm-hmm. So, again, my personal experience from yesterday, seeing that little girl smile, one of many. Of course, when we came back as a group, we said, "Oh man, I saw them and they were jumping around, and they were happy." Just having those, those happy moments, it does help given our situation and the nature of the jobs.
The crew chipped in over $600 for the ice cream and believed all the kids' smiles and laughter made it worth every penny. Coming up, more primetime news. You're watching KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live más.
We've made a lot of breakfasts, and along the way, we noticed something was missing. A warm cinnamon roll for breakfast, or with breakfast. A fluffy blueberry muffin from the drive-thru you're already driving through. A glazed apple fritter, which might find its way into your coffee. These are options every breakfast haver should have, and now they do. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're doing a good job, Guam. In the past couple of weeks, we've managed to keep the CAR score below 5. Together, we rose to the challenge when the governor asked us all to strive for 5.
In the past couple of weeks, we've not only brought the CAR score way down from being in the high 40s to below 5, we've shown the governor that we're capable of altering the course of this pandemic. We were on a path to uncertainty, but now because of all of our actions, we're doing better.
But better doesn't necessarily mean that we are out of the woods. We still need to watch our distance, wash our hands, and wear our masks. So please keep striving, Guam.
We got this.
Time doesn't stop, and neither should you or your business. Introducing Stroll Courier. Now you can have all your packages, documents, and gifts delivered island-wide without leaving the comfort of your home or office. Delivery has never been easier with our pre-booking and express same-day delivery options. Visit strollguam.com/courier and book a delivery today. Stroll Courier. Book, track, deliver.
Dave Delgado with this week's Fanatic Zoom Zone. With me, Gavin West, repping the Chicago Bears. Tell us when the love of your team first started.
Man, this started since day one. I'm born in Chicago, Chicago bred. So from day one, it was in my veins, man, and got a chance to watch the Super Bowl Shuffle. Granted, I was in Germany at that time. My mom was in the Army, but yeah, since I was a kid, bro, from the womb, I was a Bears fan coming out.
Game day traditions?
Really, I like to always have a nice breakfast. And since I live in Guam, you know how we like to do it in the morning. Got to have that morning brew. So, just a nice little breakfast and brew.
Which team do you look forward to facing every season?
Oh, man, the Packers. Definitely the Packers. Live and die for that. Can't stand them. Love to play them.
Top 2 all-time favorite players?
Top 2 all-time favorite players. Me being a safety, man, I love my DBs, man. Honestly, I would say rest in peace, Sean Taylor, and my boy Charles Woodson, man. That dude's something special.
We rely on each other to be there in the good and bad times.
Parents rely on me for making sure that their kids are always in the best of their health.
The community relies on me when emergencies strike.
My students rely on me to move them higher in what they're learning.
Our kids rely on us to provide them with all the support they need.
For keeping us in touch every day,
For every call and schedule I receive, and for every emergency I respond to.
And with my need to respond in the timeliest manner,
To keep my knowledge updated.
For keeping us connected every day, we only rely on Docomo Pacific.
Five breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep, 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat, and a pizza plus another pizza. The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
It takes all of us to protect Guam. Join the Guam Visitors Bureau in our social media campaign series aimed to protect our island and each other in this COVID-19 era. Participate in the Protect Guam movement by wearing your mask, showcasing Guam's heroes, staying active, and downloading the Guam COVID Alert app. Post and share your content with us, use the hashtag ProtectGuam, and you could win $100. It's that simple. Check out visitguam.com for details. Let's reclaim our lives, our economy, and our tourism industry.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on December 28th, the last Monday of the year 2020. Kenichiro Regis Sasso, happy birthday from your Regis and Methanani families. Nina Espinoza, happy birthday number 32 from your loving family. Dad, Mom, Desi, Danny, and Peter. And Thea Helen O. Salas, happy 8th birthday, baby. Your family says they love you. Happy birthday to Christina Rios, and happy 21st birthday to our Nikki. For many more blessings to come, please stay safe out there in Italy. We miss and love you from all of us, Dad, Mom, and your brother, Christian Rios. And over the weekend and last week, we got some belated birthdays to get to. Sebastian Cabrera, born on Christmas Eve. Happiest of birthdays to our rainbow baby, Bash. Many birthdays and blessings today and always. We love you forever. 5 ever, they say. Oh, nice. Mila Shea, also born on Christmas Eve. Happy belated birthday, blessed one. Love Papa and Grandma Garcia. Noah Frazier, born on the 26th, the day after Christmas. Bless happy 2nd birthday, Charles Cruz Frazier from Spring, Texas. Lots of hugs and kisses from Grandpa Gil and Grandma Ella Rita. And Ben Bamba, who was born on the 26th. Pari, Uncle Ben, be safe and have a great day. And this message is from Stephen G. and the kids. We hope each and every one of you had an amazing holiday weekend. Please be safe, be good to each other. Let's all stay healthy, and let's all celebrate our birthday. Proud.
You can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online